What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video by Helmet 49ers podcast. I'm your host, JT. My co-host is my dad.
What's up, JT?
First, don't like,
And subscribe.
cue the intro music. So the 49ers have beaten the Buccaneers a few days ago, and the score was 23-20. But it wasn't easy because of some players trying to make the Bears lose.
I think you're talking about one person, but yeah, it was a closer game than it needed to be. Our red zone offense is still not very good, as you can tell by the amount of field goal attempts that we attempted. So, yeah, there's a couple of things that still need to be fixed for sure. We're not running on all cylinders right now, but it was an important win coming off of a bye. Something we were at 500, so we needed to keep up with the Cardinals. That's crazy to say that, but yeah, and kind of distance ourselves from the other teams in the NFC West. Let's talk about the game, huh?
Let's go position by position.
Okay,
Talk about the players.
sure. Starting off with
Brock Purdy, the star of the game, the best player in this game, I think.
yeah, okay. There was a couple of good stars, definitely. Yeah, Purdy was very impressive. I think his stat line, what was it, 353 yards, I think it was. Um, and
Yeah, a
two
lot of passing
touchdowns.
yards.
What?
A lot of passing yards.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I read that if he keeps going at this pace, he will shatter the record that he made last season with the Niners for the most passing yards. So, pretty impressive. And he's not even looking that great. He's not going on all cylinders yet. But when he does, look out. He was a little bit off in the beginning, don't you think?
Yeah, he was missing some throws. Weren't very accurate.
Yeah, a little high here, a little back here. And then the head scratchers, because usually he's really accurate. And I think we've been spoiled by that. Most quarterbacks are not that consistently accurate, but last couple of years, Purdy has. So when he's a little bit off, makes me scratch my head, like what the heck is happening? But he did pretty well. He had a QB rating of 119.3, pretty good.
Yeah, he played very well. First time in a while, I feel like. Even though it's been a bye week.
Pretty solid, yeah, definitely one
Like
of
this
his
is
best
one,
games.
yeah, one of his best games.
Yeah, no interceptions, which is very important. So sometimes that could be his undoing. Sometime trying to maybe fit things in or a head scratch and throw sometimes too. Tell you the truth. How about the running backs? Well,
Well,
right? This was the big news, right? The debut.
Christian McCaffrey returned, and he was alright. He was really good in the receiving game, though.
Yeah. How much did he have on the receiving then?
68 receiving yards on 6 receptions,
Mm-hmm.
and then 13 rushes for 39 yards, which is 3 yards per carry.
Not exactly the way he wanted to start out, I bet, but overall, pretty good. Total scrimmage yards. Yeah, he did pretty good. Um, no touchdowns. He's not on any kind of streak like he was last season.
Yeah.
With a touchdown in every game, but he did have a great catch. The one where Purdy lobbed it up. He looked like, remember, Purdy was being pressured by a lineman, and then he looks like throws off his back foot, and it looks like he just throws it up.
That
I
was a
thought,
throwaway.
yeah, I thought he was just chucking it, and the next thing you know, it just lands right in McCaffrey's arm. So, um, Maybe that was the plan. Maybe that was the play. I don't know, but that was perfectly timed lob pass to McCaffrey. So impressive. What I want to talk about for running backs,
Jordan Mason.
yeah, Jordan Mason, our man, the guy. Like he was like second highest yardage for a running back um, not too long ago, and now
It's kind of fallen off.
I think only was in one play, and I don't think he even ran the ball. So it's one of those odd things again where I'm scratching my head why Shanahan is not using Jordan Mason. I heard he was healthy.
Yeah. Starting from square one again, acting like you don't trust him anymore.
I don't get it. You know what he can do. You see him in practice. You see him in real games now, and yet he gets very little play. Um, yeah, I'm not getting it. I would love to see both CMC and Jordan Mason, but they gave Gurendo even more snaps than Jordan Mason.
Yeah, it's very weird. Because we could
Yeah,
have a three-head monster running back.
you could, but
At
CMC is
least
by far the
two-headed.
biggest. Yeah, yeah. At least Jordan Mason was awesome. He might not be able to do much in the receiving game as much as CMC, but few running backs can. So just let him do what he can do best, and that's bowl people over and get tough yardage after contact. Um, he's an amazing back. I would hate to just waste him. How about receivers?
For receivers, I'll just, as we'll talk about later, but Debo, he was alright. Nothing too special. 5 receptions for 62 yards.
Okay.
Feels like his average all the time now.
Yeah, yeah. Average game, average game. You're kind of right. You don't see the wide back thing anymore. He did make a good run in the beginning, but other than that, it's few and far between actually. So most of the time when he carries, it's not that spectacular anymore. So not too sure why. He's supposed to be in great shape. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Maybe he's not. You age, injuries pile up a little bit, slows you down, so you think you're faster, but actually you kind of lost a step. All right. What other receivers? There's some good ones.
Ricky Pearsall
All
got his
right.
first touchdown. 4 receptions for 73 yards.
Whew, 73 yards. Yeah, that was nice. I saw that great pass when he came over the middle and Purdy hit him. Um, I don't know if he hit him in stride. It was perfect, but Pearsall was able to accelerate quick. And then Antoine Winfield, the safety, was chasing after him. And I noticed he did a slight, subtle, like stop and go, like a stutter step, pretending that he was going to stop or change direction. Instead, he just kept on going straight down the sideline and dove and got the touchdown. Yeah, it was nice. It was very nice for Pearsall to get his first touchdown and make an impact.
But Juwan Jennings arguably made more of an impact because he got 7 receptions for 93 yards. And it felt like he got a lot of yak.
Yeah, it was looking really nice. He was dominating when he caught the ball. He was not going to go down. It would take like 5 tacklers to attempt to get him down sometimes. He was so instrumental in the win, the last play, offensive play in the game. He was able to catch the ball and instead of going out of bounds, which all of us thought we should since we had no timeouts left, got less than 30 seconds to go, I think, 20 seconds, I think. And he didn't go out of bounds. And everyone's like, what are you doing? Why aren't you going out of bounds? Stop the clock. But he acted and gave us just enough yardage to kind of hopefully put Moody at ease that he could make it.
He did that twice right before halftime, too. And then the game.
Yeah, you're right. Breaking tackles, making clutch catches. That is Jawan. And you think he's our number one receiver now? I mean, it's hard to give Debo the crown of number one receiver when he's kind of gimmicky, wide back kind of guy sometimes. But as a pure receiver, You think Jawan gets the crown or what? I don't know.
I know he's not a receiver, but he basically is at this point. George Kittle.
Ah, yes, you're right. You're right.
He got 57 yards and a touchdown on 3 receptions.
The guy is so clutch. I think almost every touchdown he had this year is in the red zone. He's just the guy that we had to lean on and count on to get those red zone touchdowns, and he's been awesome. That catch was reminiscent of the one that he did against the Patriots. Left corner, back corner touchdown, just getting the toes in, and it was awesome. The guy keeps doing it at such a high level throughout this season. I really hope we can sign him until he retires, man. He's given it his all, and it's awesome. And I hope he'll be a Niner for life. Yeah.
And for the offensive line, nothing really happened.
That's
But
good, I guess.
yeah. For the defensive line, they were terrible at the end.
Okay.
Nick Bosa got a sack. Malik Collins got a sack.
Yeah, there were times when the defense just seemed really like they were running on us. Bucky Irving was just running on us. See, didn't seem like we can stop them sometimes. The Bucs. That's been a weakness of ours for this season is stopping the run, and with the slight injury to Hargrave and such, Kevin Givens kind of weakened it. Greenlaw's not in, so there's a lot to fix for that, I think.
Yeah, there were so many penalties at the end, and Bosa was holding on to Baker Mayfield's arm.
That was crazy. He was trying. Bosa was holding on to his Baker Mayfield's left arm while Mayfield was running to the sideline. Yeah, Bosa was just holding his arm like 15 yards. He couldn't get him down or something. Like just fall down, grab his arm and just fall down, and your weight will bring him down. But instead, Mayfield was able to throw the ball and make a first down completion for what I remember. So kind of frustrating. Kind of frustrating. Even when we get hands on the quarterback for like 5 seconds, we still can't get him down.
And Malik Collins got called for unnecessary roughness. Remember that one?
Who did?
Malik Collins.
Oh, Malik Collins. Yeah, some of those uh, legal roughness kind of penalties really gets me, even if it's against the other team. Sometimes I think they overdo it when they're protecting the quarterback, but yeah, that's the game.
He even broke the sack. Like he didn't even get tackled. So yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Is there anything
Um,
else that happened on defense?
um, no. I think Lenore did pretty well. Ronaldo Green did pretty well. Um, yeah, our defensive backs did pretty well. I think in this game, pretty well.
Next, special teams.
No, it's the not so special teams. No. Yeah, that's always been the case this season, right? Okay, so let's see. Besides what, Jake Moody?
That's the only part of special teams that was bad.
No. Don't you remember? I
Oh
think
yeah,
there
the
was
muff.
the muff punt.
Kind of
Okay,
muff.
let's go over that one first since Jake Moody extends through the whole game. Uh, it was a punt, right?
Yep.
And then Jacob Cowing muffed it. But you remember who was being pushed into?
Luder.
Yeah, Daryl Luder was being pushed by one of the Bucs into Cowing, but it wasn't a huge bump. We saw the replay, slow mo, barely. I think Cowing, they're both to blame, Luder and Cowing, in my opinion, because Cowing still should have caught that thing. There was not much contact at all. He should have still had his focus, but he lost it. And Daryl Luder should not have been in that position to be pushed backwards into your own man. Um, It probably comes down to coaching and stuff, which of course hasn't been done well. It seems because it seems like there's always a problem every game. So yeah, yeah, the special teams cost us. And then Jake Moody, what was his stat like?
Well, he made 3 field goals.
Yeah, yeah, out of 6 attempts. So that's too many field goals to go for in the first place. If we kicked 6 field goals, there's something wrong here.
He missed 3 field goals in a row,
Yeah.
and then after the 3 missed field goals, it was all up to him to win the game, the game-winning field goal.
That was crazy. We were so freaked out about it. I mean, he was on a roll of missing field goals, and now we're going to count him for, I think it was a 44-yard game-winning one. Oh my God. If you can't trust your kicker, then why do we have him? You
Yeah,
know?
you've been looking at Jake Bates, right? His name?
We saw Jake Bates.
And Red Aubrey.
I was watching, of course. Jake Bates, kicker for the Detroit Lions. I was watching him play. What was that? Monday night,
Yeah.
and then I was just watching him on TV, and I could tell he just kind of like has that confidence. Let's look at his face. Look at his uh, demeanor. How he's standing, everything, and he looked like he was on point. And then he made the game-winning field goal. Barely though. There's some debate. Okay, Jake Moody overall, I think he's percentage-wise, he's still probably top half of the league in kicker. So it's nothing to scoff at. Um, Maybe we just want
Top
more.
top half?
Yeah, I would say so. Percentage-wise, no,
Not anymore.
not anymore. Like Young Wei Koo, he missed 3 in the game. You know, but nobody's talking about him being. I think it's us having to use a third round pick uh, that cost us that. If he wasn't worth that much, or we used that much to get him, then it wouldn't be such a big deal. But you did. We did use a draft pick on him, a high one. So, anyways, so luckily Jake Moody made it and kind of made up for things, but still, wouldn't you be nervous, JT?
Yeah, I'm always nervous.
Yeah, even more now though. But he's so inconsistent. You don't know what you're gonna get, and you don't want that from your kicker. That's terrible. But can you get any better right now?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you could maybe get a little bit better, but then your kickoffs, which is really important because our kickoff and punt coverage is terrible. So if we can't get a touchback, I'm sorry, not punt, our kickoff coverage is terrible. So if we don't get a touchback, there's a fear that they could just run it back, make a huge return, or even a touchdown. So because of our lack of abilities on special teams coverage, we are kind of locked in with Jake Moody to kick touchbacks to guarantee that there's no return.
He's pretty good at them.
Who?
Jake Moody.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, he has a leg.
Only leg power, but no accuracy.
Yeah, no accuracy, or maybe there is accuracy, but the consistency too could be off too, or both. Um, yeah. So yeah, we would just talk about Jake Bates. He was like selling bricks a year before he started trying out, I think, UFL, and then he went to the Lions. Now he's kicking for the Lions and kicking well. So you got the guy who was selling bricks just a year or two ago. So you don't need to use a third round pick. You can find them. You just got to scout it. So this offseason, I'm hoping the Niners will be scouting for kickers, sure, in the draft. Maybe get them a 6th or 7th round or undrafted, or just scout the UFL or the CFL or whatever other leagues.
Yeah.
So just scout, just look for it. Take some time, look for it, and hopefully, that research you'll find one because we have cut third round picks before.
A lot.
Yeah,
Too
exactly.
many.
They did. There were two running backs, right? Both third rounders. They cut them next season. I think it was next season, right? So
Yeah.
why not Jake Moody? Why is he protected, right? Because we only got one kicker. Anyways.
Well, him missing all the kicks caused a fight on the sideline with Debo.
Yeah.
Well, it was Taylor Pepper who was protecting Jake Moody, and Debo kind of got mad, I guess, so he hit him in the face.
Yeah, I think he
I
was
think.
kind of shoving him or pushing him. And, Pepper was getting in his face, yelling at him, trying to defend Jake Moody, I'd imagine. So, he did say that he was like, Debo said that he told him to lock in. You just got to lock in. And maybe Pepper went a little overboard. Maybe he didn't need to defend Jake Moody. And then Debo was walking away. He's like, oh, forget it. He was just do your job, basically. Yeah. But it seems like hopefully they said they kind of smoothed that out. And they're okay now. Let's hope. Let's hope that's the case. And yeah, only time will tell. And Jake Moody's leg will tell. But okay, we're done with the game, right?
Well, PFF grades, we talked about that maybe.
Okay.
Basically, who are the best players of the game. On offense, Dominic Pooney, number one, at 83.4.
Wow. Very impressive. That guy is so consistent. What a find.
And then George Kittle, and then Trey Williams, and then Juwan Jennings, and then Christian McCaffrey
Well, those are the people we
in
hope
order.
would have the highest PFF grades. Brock
Yeah.
Purdy would be nice too, if he was up there.
It's career, no, he was good.
Okay.
And then top five highest defensive players in order is Rural Green at 82.6. Another find, kinda, second round.
Yeah, I've heard that he might be, I think, the third highest PFF ranked cornerback in the NFL right now. So he's looking fantastic. I don't notice him. He's not flashy. He's not getting the pick sixes. I guess he's just getting the job done. Yeah, he has some pass breakups.
Yeah,
Sure.
but they're questionable ones. It looked like PI to me, but it wasn't called. And then Khalil Davis, not Khalil, Khalil. And then Malcolm Mustafa, and then Fred Warner, and then Jair Brown.
Those are high ones.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Our safeties. That's fantastic.
Malcolm Mustafa, the rookie.
Yeah, that's right. My God. Okay, we've been excited about rookies before. One good season does not mean you're a lock. Jair Brown looked good last year, and this season he's not looking as hot as he used to. So, it could be a little bumpy uh, on the progression of how good you get. But let's hope they all improve.
And then three lowest is Eric Saubert, Kyle Juszczyk, and Jake Brendel.
Well, those are. Check has been getting low PFF grades, and Sauber too. And Brendel's just Brendel. Worst
Brendel
offensive
can't do
player.
anything about that because he's so bad naturally.
I don't know, man.
John Feliciano's gonna take his job.
We'll see. I still want to draft a center.
Yeah, John Feliciano will be the center for this year, and then we'll draft someone.
We'll see. They love Brendel. We'll see what happens.
And then the three lowest were Evan Anderson, and then Leonard Floyd, and then Robert Beal. Evan
Oh,
Anderson was lowest, by the way.
wow. Okay. Well, it's okay. He's a rookie, undrafted rookie, and he's had good games. So one off is okay. Leonard Floyd, I've seen on the bottom before. Robert Beal, I've seen on the bottom too. So that's a little too consistent for me. Uh, Leonard Floyd has not lived up to his free agent status signing. So once again, we got to go find the defensive end in the off season. It's never ending.
Yeah, and then a couple of or an injury report. Actually, we could say that for the Seahawks game. The
Yeah,
preview.
yeah. Let's talk about the big news this week. You called me, I think 5 times, but I was busy at work, and I was nervous that something was wrong, so I gave you a call back. You didn't answer, so then I called the other phone number. That's why I got to talk to you. And you told me, what'd you tell me? Oh, you told me there was good news, and then I was trying to guess what the good news was. I couldn't.
Diamondor Lenore signed an extension to
I,
stay with the Niners for another 5 years, $92 million.
I
Worth it.
was I was very surprised. I was like, I didn't even think about that. I didn't think that was going to happen. That was an awesome surprise. Thanks for giving me the call and the heads up. I didn't get the chance to read up the news, recent news. Yeah, that is something that I've been wanting since the off season. That was like almost priority number one. Extend Demo, and they finally did it. It's kind of an odd thing, right? Niners don't usually extend in the middle of the season, right? They usually wait until the off season, until training camp is going
And
on,
then they wait for the holdout stage.
and then then the person holds out like Bosa, like Debo, like Ayuk. They all held out, and that affects their play the next season. Messes up the locker room. That's all the media talks about. You lose focus of, well, we got to play football. We got to practice. You know, so I'm glad they're doing it. That is great. It's well deserved, don't you think?
Yeah. And only paid as the 12th highest cornerback at the steal, I think.
I don't know where you slot him in, though. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to rank other like Jalen Johnson. Where does he go?
He's much
Or
better.
Denzel Ward, or where does he fall with the whole thing? I don't know, but I know that he's an up and coming cornerback. He's just getting he looks to be getting better every season, and that's the kind of player that I like. Who works hard and makes plays, and he's homegrown. We drafted him in the 5th round, and this is the last year of his deal, his contract, and I'm happy that we're very happy that we were able to lock him in long term. So that goes to the fact that they put a lot of money into the secondary, which is not what they usually do. Although they did sign Travis Ward. This is a big time deal too. Um, but usually safeties and whatnot, they're just kind of an afterthought. You think the Niners are kind of changing their tune about what's important on defense instead of always focusing on the D line? They might be saying we might need some really good players to shore up the defensive backs. We can't always count on a great pass rush because we're not seeing a great pass rush.
Yeah, I think they realized that all their investing hasn't been that good because the D line isn't that good.
It's hard to build a great D line and keep it consistently good. Huh?
Yeah, like the DBs have been better than the D line. I'm not sure how you compare that, but it's just been better.
Yeah, I think so too. They've been solid, more consistent. And to find another end next to on the other side of Bosa has just been impossible. Randy Gregory, Chase Young, and
Leonard
uh,
Floyd,
Leonard Floyd.
D Ford. Oh,
D Ford was the only one that worked out well, but his injuries just threw things off, and they've been trying to fill that void ever since. It's tough, and it's good that they're trying to, if it's true, trying to fortify the rest of their defense because our pass rush has been almost non-existent. I mean, there's pressure, no sacks. That's what I'm saying. no hitting of the quarterback, knocking him down, and whatever it may be. You need more of that. And Bosa by himself can't get it done, unfortunately. So, um, very happy for Demo, and I'm very happy that he's with the Niners for a long time.
One more thing. Well, there's one injury. Mitch Wisnowski, he's injured, so the Niners signed a punter named Pat O'Donnell.
Pat O'Donnell. Okay. I'll remember that for the 1 week he'll be kicking for. I'm just kidding. I mean, it's a back injury, I think, for Mitch Wisnowski, and it's kind of been lingering. And even with the bye week, it didn't help. So this could be something that could be longer term. Our kickers and punters are just getting injured all over the place.
How?
I don't know. I don't even know how that happened with Wisnowski, but yeah. So it is what it is. Football is a violent sport.
Not for
So,
punters and kickers.
well, for our kickers, it seems like because our coverage is so bad, our kickers have to make the tackles. But yeah, the Niners came out with the win, like we said, against the Bucs, and hopefully things are looking good. The Seahawks are coming up next, and that is a big time NFC West matchup. Uh, we can sweep the Seahawks, possibly really solidify that, and gain some ground on the Cardinals, and make some more separation with the Rams and Seahawks too. So, a very important game at Levi's this coming Sunday. So, something to look forward to for sure.
Well, that wraps it for today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and goodbye.